Now, let's go to your constitution. You have mentioned in your constitution that BERSAMA will be a party that upholds the Bumi rights that are currently there in our constitution, while ensuring that the non-Bumis would be able to, live a competitive and prosperous life. But that is a very interesting thing in your constitution that really stood out for me, because how are you going to balance those two, whereby you maintain the Bumi rights, which of course will be maintained regardless because it's in our constitution, you can't change. But how are you going to make it that the non-Bumis have a more competitive and fair arena to play with, especially in terms of economical events or business and all that?
Okay. Now, the rights of Bumiputra should not be questioned.
Yeah, it cannot be questioned.
Because that's part of constitution.
Exactly.
Right? Now, what about the rights of other races or other ethnic?
Okay.
Their rights is guaranteed in the constitution. Right? But what is lacking here is their social economic development. Now, why the social economic development or infrastructure is lacking? That, the whole question, right? These 4 questions bounce back to their community's leaders. Right? Why such lackings? So it backs to the leaders. Right? That's a different topic. But how are we going to make sure that the rights of the Bumi is guaranteed, while the rights of others won't be touched, and they will also enjoy the same rights or enjoy the same development as these Bumiputra? Through policies. We need to introduce inclusive policies. We need to introduce legislations and laws, right? Without questioning the rights of Bumiputra, will it be possible? Yes. It will be possible.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Is there any effort has been taken? No. By none of the Prime Minister before, by none of the existing leaders before. None has taken this initiative. We are coming up with the policies, objective white papers. It will be available in our website. Once we launch, the website is coming in between 28 or 29. You'll be able to see the first look of these policies. That how we're going to maintain or give the solution of these rights and inclusive harmony, economy, growth. Okay.
So then give us a bit of a prelude, a bit of a trailer. How are these policies? What are these policies exactly that you have been talking about? I mean, at least just give us a taste of what can we expect from your party. What sort of policies are you talking about?
Okay, number 1, you need to introduce educational reform. Right? When I say educational reform, not by face, not by base, right? You should overhaul the entire education system. We should introduce a fair representation, places for the non-Bumis that won't affect their growth.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what do you need? You need to introduce policies. You need to develop policies. Policies that is policy that will be the policies that will be equal to Bumiputra without disturbing the rights of the Bumiputra.
Okay.
So, what is inside the policy? It will be based on white papers, right? Now, I can give you a small teaser. Now, you don't have to depend everything on government or the government's sponsorship. You can depend on your community leaders' efforts, right? For example, right now, you don't have any educational policies for non-Muslims. For non-Bumiputra. Have you ever seen any policies for non-Bumis?
When you say policies, what do you mean? You mean like university specifically for them? Or?
But university specifically for, not university. Education is not about university.
There's different levels.
It's a different level. Education is an educations, right? Skills, all these comes under educations as well. So have you ever heard non-Bumis educational policies?
No, I have not.
You have not heard, right? Why such policy was never presented or proposed to government? Why?
I think perhaps a lot of governments, because they're majority Malay, they would be a bit apprehensive of instigating or causing any uncertainness between the Malay voters. Because if they see non-Bumi policies being introduced, the Malay voters may question, hey, what is this? Are these policies going to trump our policies? Sorry to interrupt, but also you're giving fuel to the opposition to use that as bait to say, look, these guys are not fighting for Bumi rights. They want all the non-Bumi to come up. So that could be a reason why.
Okay. So basically you are saying that the leaders are afraid to take decision. That might affect their vote banks.
Position of power. Yeah, vote banks, correct. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is not right.
Of course it's not right. It's not right.
So you need to be you need a party that be brave to bring on the policies, go to the government, sit down with government and start the negotiation. That's exactly what we intend to do.
Okay.
But of course, I cannot give you the details of the policies, but we have certain campaigns that we will start very soon. We are doing step by step. Like I mentioned that day, the launching was just the first step, right? We have second steps, third step, which we will show to the people that we are here for real changes. We are not here to give you a podcast interviews, paper interviews, magazine interview. No, I'm not interested in that. Popularity you can gain from so many other fields, man, but not through politics, right? Because it requires hard will to face the embarrassment and insults in politics.